that means you can go there and look at some nice like artwork. Over here we have a old Catholic church over here. This one dates back around about 1875. So down there to your right where those buildings are with those tin roofs. One time ago they used to be like schools, and the Catholics also very instrumental in giving free education to the locals. Or I should say also when slavery was actually dismantled or abolished, then the Catholics were giving out free education. So right now there's a few Catholic schools still open, but they're more like private schools now, so you have to pay to actually go there. These are actually portraits of what they call Junker costumes. So every year we have like a big parade, which is actually the 26th, where they have these groups actually parade the streets for cash prizes, and they also one on the 1st of January. So if you're back during the time, if you want to experience it, you know, you can probably check it out. They have a few hotels that have like a little show sometimes of some of these guys who actually be doing it. But during this time, like I told you guys, on 26th and also the 1st, that's when they have the big like annual sort of parades downtown Nassau. Okay, so over there to your left, if you go into that area, that's what they call the inner city. And so I think that's the section that they tell you guys not to go into. Yeah, but you are freely welcome to go, because I actually give you guys permission, because I actually live over there, okay? I've been living there all my life, so I guess it's not that bad, right? Now, I think they tell you not to go there because you're not going to find nobody selling you nothing along the streets like soon is. Over here to your right is a little cool spot too. It's called the John Watlin's Distillery. So it's actually a place that actually bottles their rum too. You know, if you go to somebody's house and you see this rum called John Watlin's, they probably been here and actually purchased it, or maybe a friend probably bought it for them. They don't export it anymore right now. Over here, there's a big building over here, just a government complex. Right now they're doing some work on it. I think it's going to look pretty nice when they finish painting it up. I think it's way overdue for it. But the inner city is, like I say, it's not a place where you say you want to buy a second home. It can be pretty challenging, but if you want to purchase a home here in Nassau, all depends on how much money you want to spend, is what you get. They say you only get what you pay for, right? But if you want to spend like millions of dollars for a home, you know, those can be more than happy to take you in the area and show you something. Okay, so over here to your left, this is actually a cemetery, which is called St. Cemetery. Now this cemetery actually housed the remains of our first black premier. It's actually where that flagpole is, right next to it is the mausoleum, and that's where he was buried. His name was Lyndon Oscar Quinlan. He became the first black premier. It was actually in 1967. That's when his party actually won the election. He also became the first black prime minister, because it was actually his government that went to England to sort of, what do you say, like negotiate our independence. Now, we got it back on July 10th, 1973, so this year, a few days ago, we celebrated 52 years of independence from England. So maybe next time you guys come down, or anybody coming here, you maybe want to find a beach that's pretty close by. This will actually be a beach they can actually come to right here. Okay, so just a short walk out of town to actually get to it. So over here, we call it like the north side, and so that means, you know, this is where you'll find like all the beaches, and for me you see the sea seems to be pretty calm. So it means this would be the same type of conditions you guys would probably be having at the Breezes Beach. So that means you guys can enjoy the beach if you guys can go hang out for a bit. Now the beach that you guys are on is a good stretch of beach, you know, so if you guys like walking the beach, you can probably do it, okay? It's a public beach. Now I don't know if you guys know anything about a sport called cricket. I heard it's being played in the United States now, but over here is what they call a cricket pitch. So you guys are getting back British anyhow. Maybe you guys will be driving on the left side also pretty soon. Over here to your right, this is called the fish fry. So maybe some guys were here before and went to it, or maybe some family members or friends say they've been to the fish fry. This way they probably went over here to your right. So over there is where you find a lot of what you call like local restaurants. Also they're very popular for shellfish called conch, and they make a lot of what they call conch salad. Right, so if you want to make it right in front of you, they can do it, or if you want to turn your back because you don't see how the cow blood, just turn your back, or come back when it's done, okay? But they say, but let's get eat it. Well, You can say it's a cultural thing, okay? Some people might look at it and say they want to eat it, just like for me. If I look at an oyster, I don't think I want to eat that. You know what I mean? Especially raw. Especially raw. I don't know. Yeah, that don't look right. But just like the conch, there's some people that probably don't look right. But maybe it tastes good. You know, I don't know. But to me, it looks like horrible. And that's how the conch will look too. If they take it out of the shell, it looks horrible. It's serious. You got to clean it up, you know, and fix it up for you. But when it's done, like I say, if you get the hang of it, it's pretty cool to eat. So where you guys going, you might probably be able to experience maybe some conch fritters. It's just that it's a flour batter that they deep fry with some of the conch meat inside of it. But when you get back down to the port, if you want to maybe try this conch salad, there's a gentleman inside. Just to get inside, where you're going to enter, just to your left is a gentleman right there that looks like he make it also right there for you. So you have like different sizes. So maybe you just want to get a small one for start. Like I said, if you're adventurous, probably you can check it out. But if you guys want to get some of your home cooking, you see right here to your left, we do have some of your home cooking here, okay? You see we have the KFC, we have the Burger King. If you go downtown, yes, you'll find a Burger King, but you will find the Wendy's and the McDonald's. Yeah, but we have them also. So that's only if you get it urge to probably get some of that. It's sad if you get. Okay, so guys, you see today, I mean, it's a beautiful day to enjoy the beaches. Nice and calm, and no waves at all. It's pretty flat these days.
Nice.
So this is pretty tempting right now to go in there. And right now it's pretty warm too, alright? You just need to get in. When you get in, you'll see that the water is pretty warm. So the only advice I probably give you guys that please don't try to drink the water, okay? If you get thirsty, do not drink the water. Please just go back up to the bar, maybe get yourself a drink, okay? Unless you want to get hypertension.
Yeah.
It's pretty salty.
It's so very salty water. It's not gonna take away your thirst.
Okay, so over here to your left, this area is actually a nice area. You know, if you want to purchase a home where locals live, over here it's pretty cool. Okay, this is where you find more of what we say like middle class and very rich people live, like in this area. Like where I live, like in the inner city, they call it more like low income, and that's only because of the value of the homes. So if your home is not valued like over $250,000, you'll be considered low income. Right? So once it's valued like $250,000 or above, then you can say you're like middle class until it gets like over $500,000, and then you're like in the rich status. And also they're the guys who actually pay property tax. Right? So if you're like a low income person, you don't pay any property tax on your home. So as we continue heading west, like on the street right here, then you'll find some other really nice homes too. So again, this part about it is again, these people who live in this area more like, you say maybe more like, I don't know if you want to call them maybe professional people, but you know, they actually, they make themselves some good money. Okay, over there to your right, you see that big structure over there. It's called the Bahamas.
No, we are going there.
You can say the latest resort that was built. Right now, maybe only 11 years ago, maybe 12 years ago. So if you look at it, it's almost like the size of Atlantis, but it's more like a casino type resort. Okay. So the one to the far right, where has that like wavy type roof, that's called the SLS. So that's the suites of the Bahamas. Two big structures are called the Grand Hyatt. Then they have a section that's close to Breezer, which is called the Rosewood, and that's where they have their condos. And then over there with those capstone, those tubes, that's actually where they have their water park. So I think you guys can walk up to the resort if you want to. You know, if you think you want to check it out, you go to check it out. I don't think you go there tripping random. But sure you try. So you can see, like I say, it is a long strip of beach you can walk on. Right now I think tide is high. So right now,
so
right, this section is sort of covered right now with water. But if tide is low, then you can actually walk right around. So all that strip of beach you can actually walk on if you want to do it, okay? Right here we're passing what they call the Gold Wind. They have some what they call like luxury condos, but this construction going on is their penthouses that they're building right now. They're doing pretty fast too, so I think maybe by next sometime it should be finished. And then over here is the golf course of the Bahamas. It's not PGA certified, but I think that was pretty cool to play on. They have a lot of what they call celebrity tournaments actually played here. I think Atlantis is the only, no, I won't say the only one. Atlantis own is PGA, and they have one called the Albany. They own PGA certified because they do have a tournament there every year. They usually have what they call like the what they call a tournament, the Heroes Challenge or something like that. And they have this golf course. They Tiger Woods in those other professional golfers. Okay guys, so we're going to be at Breezes in just a few minutes. So again guys, please make sure you take all your personal belongings. Alright, if you leave the wine, I might dine with it. Alright, so please make sure you take a nice bottle of wine. Maybe they can store it for you until you guys leave. Why I said that to guys, because I might be the one to pick you guys back up later. But if they do send me to you guys, I'll be more happy to come and get you, okay? But in case that happens, like I say, don't leave any of your personal belongings. But again, if you guys want to leave Philip a tip, guys, I'll be accepting them. Tips are also accepted and also appreciated. So when I get here, guys, they can give you some wristbands again. Okay, those wristbands means you can actually go and get maybe food and drinks with those wristbands. So those blue ones you have now, that's not going to cut the mustard, okay? So don't discard the one that they're going to give you. I mean, when you get there, you can pull that off your hands if you want to. But make sure keep the one that they're going to give you on your hand. Because like I say, all these other resorts that are pretty close by, they don't want guys coming down and getting no free stuff or free loading. So that's why they give you guys wristbands. I think even the guests have wristbands too. That's to show that you're at the Breezes. That means guys from this resort next door, they cannot walk inside Breezes and move around because they won't have a wristband. And they will, the security will tell them where they have to leave. They're very strict with that too. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy yourself here at the Breezes. Like I say, get wasted but not too wasted, okay?